Hello, everybody. I guess you are the wonderful ladies from the Moon and the Yin. And thank you, Tanuka, for inviting me. It's a great honor as your friendship and your work as a healer has been always inspiring me. So, a few words about me. I'm Sylvia. I'm an angel intuitive, and I work with a lot of tools, including astrology, tarot, energy healing, and today, uh, the superstar of this conversation will be astrology and Cancer, and how can we heal the so-called dark sides of this archetype. So you don't have to be a native Cancer, you don't have to be a sun Cancer or a moon Cancer. It doesn't matter, we all have these tendencies within us. And I'm also not a bona fide astrologer. I just use astrology as a tool in my work as a healer. And it's really useful to study the archetypes of astrology or the transits, or you might be just attracted to a particular side of astrology. My field of interest in astrology was always natal astrology, to understand how the planets, the stars influences a person at birth, and also recently, in the recent years, well, the North Node astrology, meaning the meaning of life and life purpose according to astrology, and how can we take advantage of our positive tendencies and how can we heal the negative ones. For we could accept that the world is also light and also darkness at some points, or I don't even like calling it darkness, because the night is dark, the night is yin, the night is beautiful and dark at the same time, and it's not evil. I'm also making a lot of jokes because I'm a Leo. And I tend to be a funny person. And as my hair knew that today I was going to record a video, it got more fluffy, so I look more like a Leo than usually. So this is my astrology presentation, and my guides, the light beings, help me adapt to whatever task I have at hand. Okay, and speaking of this task, I'd like this meeting, because I consider that this video blog is like a meeting. It's I know it's not live, but you're going to watch this pretty soon after I record it, so I believe it's going to be it is already a conversation, and I'm also going to channel messages for the wonderful ladies, probably who could be also gentlemen who come across this on YouTube, and I will send healing channel messages, because channeling is my specialty, and I will probably get some messages for you. Okay, so I'm going to use some books to do this healing session. It's I have the tendency to use multiple sources of healing, of tools, of schools of thinking. I tend to be an universalist, and I hope that you will resonate with this, or at least with some parts of this. Okay, so I'm going to use two books on this mission today, and the first one is one I bought when I wasn't even on the spiritual path, and it's called Dark Side Zodiac by Stella Hyde, and it's a book that playfully describes the so-called negative tendencies of the zodiac signs. And well, yeah, I haven't opened this book in a very long time, but I was thinking, okay, for this purpose of healing the negative archetype both sides of the zodiac signs, it could be actually quite amusing, because it doesn't take negative things so seriously, and it could be also an eye-opener, because with all spiritual tools, I think we healers sometimes have the tendency to focus a lot on the positive. Of course, we want to be attuned to the law of attraction and not think a lot about the things that are not so good. But yeah, in the recent years, I learned that it's actually a good thing to focus at least a little bit on the negative in order to remove it. Yay! Because keeping it all under the rug, we've all experienced it firsthand, that it's not very effective, not very useful. So yeah, I will be using this. And the second book, which is a favorite of mine in terms of astrology and life mission, and it's Astrology for the Soul by the lovely Jane Spiller. And why this book? Well, this book is actually about north nodes, and implicitly about south nodes. So, and in every chapter, there's also a section called Tendencies to Leave Behind. So, for example, for the people who have a North Node in Capricorn, they will have some tendencies to leave behind from a past incarnation where they had their North Node in the opposite sign, in our case, in Cancer. So it's exactly the list I needed to see which are the tendencies for the Cancer archetype to be, I don't know, not left behind, because we can't actually leave it behind. Speaking of the Cancer archetype, but rather bring it into balance and focus a little bit more on it. And yeah, one more time, it doesn't matter if you don't have your sun sign, ascendant, or moon in Cancer. The sun is right now in the sign of Cancer, and we're approaching quickly the new moon in Cancer. So this healing will surely be of benefit to you. And even if to a lesser degree, you will understand this way of healing, or this way of using this tool, that you will be able to apply to your own weak points. And one more time, I'm sure that you have much more strong points than weak points, but as sisters, we are also here for each other, to support each other, overcome problems, overcome the weak points. And it's very personal. We want to talk personally about this, at least not right now. So you can just have your own experience with it, and just sit back and absorb it. And if you feel it's useful for you, you can maybe listen to this again, or you can just learn the tool and apply it further. Okay. First of all, another first of all, I can feel the newness of this energy because of the new moon, so I might use the word first a lot of times. I lit beautiful incense. I love incense. I'm sure that most of you do love it too, and it's from one of my favorite goddesses, the goddess Kuan Yin, which is, I think, also a very appropriate goddess to be invoked for the Cancer archetype, for the mother, for the great priestess, and so on. Yeah, so I think we're slowly starting to go into the energy of this sign. So for those of you who love angels like me, you will find the connection to Archangel Haniel when we speak about moon and moon goddesses. And yeah, we are all daughters of the moon, because the moon is actually the feminine sign, the feminine archetype, the archetypal female, the goddess. So we could also say that Cancer is the most feminine signs of all. It's the moon itself. It's it's the energy of birth, of the mother, of the maiden, of the crone. For those of you who love witchcraft and Wicca, this might be a beautiful reference. It's also, yeah, the energy of Mother Gaia and all the goddesses, and all the beautiful saints and Mother Mary, and I love them all. Okay, and so yes, I lit this incense that I got. I believe it was this year, yeah, this year from Thailand, near a beautiful temple dedicated to the goddess herself. And I was guided to tell you all of this because we will probably do some healing on the inner child too, which is also one of my specialties, and which is also pertaining to the sign of Cancer. As the archetypal mother, the mother has a child, and the inner mother is reflected in the inner child, and vice versa. So while we're at it, I'm asking the goddess Kuan Yin for healing the inner mother and the inner child, for all who are listening or viewing this across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And I ask healing, of course, for the inner parents, also for the masculine. As an important role of the moon archetype, is also being in harmony with the sun, with the masculine. So this is not a process of exclusion, but a process of inclusion. And yeah, I even feel sorry now that I said at the beginning that it's more like dedicated to ladies, but it's in the same way also dedicated to the gentleman. And yeah, it's even more so that we can't exist separately. We are in union when these two energies, archetypes, join. Within ourselves, of course, firstly, again, another first, and through the divine union of hearts, of souls, who are incarnated into women and men at this time. Whew. Integration. So a lot of the energy work I do is intuitive. I'm trying to paint for you a pyramid to understand how this works in my world as a healer. And I usually begin with setting my heart and eyes on some tools that I can study and really merge with, like astrology, for example, like angel therapy. And by honoring the books that were written for me to use as tools. And this is a message right now for somebody who is considering finishing their book. It's a message of encouragement to continue, because along the way, the opportunity and the people and the right ideas will arise, and that your work is greatly appreciated, and it's already like a finished product on the higher plane. So it's part of your mission. And you will know it's you because you will have a reaction in your heart. Okay. Let's do a clearing now. We stirred up some energies. I ask Archangel Michael and the Masters of the Ray and the Lords of Karma to clear our energies of all toxic influences, of all energy parasites. Clear all attacks, curses, obstacles. Also in receiving this healing, clear. Clearing also the disbelief that healing can be so easy. So easily done, actually. It's not easy, it's profound, but once you get the hang of this, you can integrate it and use it intuitively to heal yourself, to channel healing energies, and to heal your whole environment. Okay. Yeah, it's a very nurturing principle to take care of the other people. So this is also pertaining to Cancer, to the mother. Whew. So let's go to the dark side of things for healing. So if you're prepared, say yes. Yes. Let me check if my cat said yes. Yeah. There is my cat Hilton. It's yeah, you can see her ear a little bit, and I thought she was sleeping, but no, she has one eye open and she's here with us. I love cats, and cats are beautiful medium for channeling healing energy, Reiki, all kinds of they're my crystals, if you will. I also love crystals, but cats are also wonderful, and I don't mean them as tools. They're like also family members, so not just like spiritual tools. But if you think of it, spiritual tools are also family members for me, and for you probably too. So let's start it. I ask the goddesses, I ask the master of the race, and our higher selves to work together with us on this and to help us heal as much as possible. And thank you for the zodiac sign Cancer, and thank you, Moon, that you govern this sign, for giving me the opportunity to use you as a tool this time to apply this healing. And one more thing about technicalities, you might find that you actually have Cancer tendencies, aspects in your natal chart. For example, my father is a Leo with a rising cap, with moon in Libra. You would never think that he has such a strong placement in Cancer. He has like, I don't know, I can't remember, maybe 5 planets in Cancer. So you also have to look at where your other planets are, and of course, which sign is your North Node in, and in which house of it. But maybe some of you are not so familiar with the like technicalities in astrology, and I won't emphasize on this. So if you want to find out more about this, just please contact me via Facebook, via this video, and we can talk more about it. So we will talk about a number of tendencies to leave behind in the Cancer archetype. We've talked about the beauty of Cancer, about the goddess aspect, about the moon and its magic and everything that's connected to it. And I'm sure that there's a lot of literature, a lot of materials about this, and I won't insist on it. So forgive me, Moon. This time is dedicated to healing, in order to emphasize the positive sides of the moon, of the lunar principle. So the first one is, it even feels hard for me to say it. I'm very sensitive. That's because I have it sounds funny. It is because I have the planet Neptune next to my rising sign, and it's Pisces, so I'm extremely psychic, extremely sensitive. And you show me something like this and I go, ooh. Okay, so it's about dependence, the first principle to leave behind. Yes, because the nurturing type, the mother type, tends to depend very much on the moods of the other people. If the child is not happy, is the mother happy? No. If the husband, I'm talking like in very general terms. I don't emphasize the traditional roles in a family at all. It's just very, very general examples. So this tendency can actually be a block in a woman's evolution, in a woman's path onto fully manifesting her divine life mission. It's also true for men, but for the sake of simplicity, I will talk about women right now, because the video is dedicated for a group of women. I keep on breathing, and I suggest you do the same if you feel it's the right thing. I do that because as we approach these energies, I get one with them. So dependence, one more time. And I keep on speaking the word because words are magical. And once you pronounce them, you send out their energy imprint into the world. So I'm pronouncing it more than once because this way the right energies and memories will come to you, which evoke this word. And I'm trying really to evoke this energy now in order to clear it. If you hide a content, it cannot be cleared. And I have to say this more than once because it's very important. So think about those times where you felt very addicted to something. Referring to Cancer, it's not so much depending on substances, but depending on people's approval, depending on the happiness of other people. If I can't make you happy, or if you're not happy, how could I be? How could I mind my own mission? So it's a kind of dependency combined with worry and feeling stuck. And I ask our higher selves to bring in our memories maybe even images of those times, or just a flash of a memory. Yeah. Not pleasant at all. And we have to acknowledge it. It's something that's not pleasant at all, but we are here also for this emotion. We are not running from it. So I asked my ally, Archangel Michael, to come here and Lord Ganesh, and to remove, please remove this toxic dependence. When we try to be overprotective with other people, even if they treat us bad sometimes. And especially when it's not for the highest good of all. I ask the goddesses to heal this tendency. So instead of giving and giving when it's not the right time for giving, we can step back into our power as goddesses. And I ask Archangel Haniel that the energy, the sacred energy of the moon, the sacred feminine, surround us and transmute the energy of dependence into joyous femininity, into goddess-like energy, into life birthing earlier. And yes, this energy is very restless, the energy of dependence, and I felt like moving. Oh, I can't stay in one place. I have to do something. I have to fix something for somebody. It's one not very goddess-like, but we have the tools to transmute it. And even if we catch ourselves in this for a moment or more than one moment or years, we know that we have the tools. The tools have been channeled for us already, and we can transmute it very quickly, and then slowly, very slowly breathe in. And speaking about moods, the second tendency to leave behind would be moodiness. Yeah, well, you know the saying about loonies. Luna comes from Latin. It means moon, and it's being like distracted, confused, like I want this, but I want that too. I'm in a good mood, but maybe I'm in a bad mood. It's up and down, up and down. Yeah, it's like never being satisfied, but I don't know what to do. Yeah, so this is also a negative tendency of this archetype, and you might have caught yourself in this state sometimes. I guess maybe you're one of the few people who are always peaceful and in a stable state of mind. But I guess for most people, this is not true. So let's thank the Cancer archetype for bringing up this tendency to be healed. And this time, who should we call? For balance. Okay. For balance, let's call the Lords of Karma, of course. So, Lords of Karma, including Kuan Yin, of course, please envelope our body into bright energy. Please balance our chakras from the front and from behind. Please remove any attacks that are in our energy body. Please restore those parts of our souls that are not here with us. Restore now. And please send us guidance for our lifestyles so that our lifestyle is supportive for a wonderful, stable mood, anchored in the light, in happiness, in delight, in joy. And through this guidance also, please help us overcome as quickly as possible the moods that keep us just in darkness without any point. And if some of us are bridgers, and if some of your missions is to transmute the darkness, and you spend a lot of time and a lot of energy in the darkness, it doesn't mean you have to spend all your life in there in order to help. You can stay there a minute or as long as it's necessary, but not more than it's necessary. That's the point. And I ask our higher light guides to tell us exactly how much is needed to stand in the darkness for transmutation. And I guess a very good ally in this is Kali, because she perfectly understands the balance of darkness and light. So I ask Kali to be with us, to give us the strength to be in darkness when it's needed, and the compassion to transmute it into the light. Wonderful. Okay, the next guest be Isis. She's here. Hi, Isis. We're good friends. I'm excited because Isis is usually giving very strong messages to me, and I'm curious what it will be this time. Our next tendency to be left behind is inaction due to insecurity. So basically, you know what your mission is, you know what your North Node is, you've researched, you know what your passions are, you've studied, you've done everything. Yeah, it's something to be angry about and take action. I'm not just joking, you don't have to be angry, of course, if you're on it, but if you're not taking action and you just feel insecure and you know you have qualities and everything, but you just won't take action because you need a job, and you just or you don't have a job, but maybe it's not for you to go on your spiritual mission, and maybe some other people do it better. Maybe you don't look good enough. Yeah, it's all kind of excuses, right? But in fact, it's a block. It's the energy of insecurity. It's the worry, the fear is at the basis of this. And first of all, I was actually thinking that, oh, I have so many male guests, like male energy guests, guides and archangels who appear in there. masculine energy form. So this is good. This is very good. This means actually that our feminine energy is encouraged and supported by the masculine. And this is a great realization. So proud. Okay, let's get back to serious business and no more jokes. I'm kidding. The jokes will continue, but at the right time. And apropos of right time, insecurity leading to not taking action is also a way of telling yourself that it's not the right time to do it. Maybe next year or maybe next lifetime or never, because it's I don't get the right messages, I don't get the signs that I'm looking for. So I'd rather not do it. I'd rather do something else. Yeah, it's not true. And let's do something about it now. So breathe in, breathe out. I ask Archangel Michael and the dragons of light, dragons of Konin, to be here with us. And please remove our insecurities, our fears related to manifesting our divine life mission and manifesting who we truly are in our fullness. Remove all that psychic debris, all those fears, transmute. And if it's a process, then please send us the right guides to help us in this process and to take steps every day in the right direction for the evolution of our souls in harmony, in beauty, in fullness, in the fullness of divine light and darkness, meaning that we need both polarities. We are yin and yang, right? And sometimes, you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes I mean darkness as in evilness, and sometimes I mean darkness as the negative polarity, the yin, the female, the night, the night principles of life, which are the same good and the same bright and positive as the other positive, so-called positive masculine polarity. Yeah, it's not equal. It seems not equal, but actually, it's not equal because as halves, the masculine and the feminine are not like two pieces of puzzle. It's like a quantum energy that is merging, and it's like a work of art. It's not something static that is just like this. My half has to be the same as this half, and there are some things that we think that we are, or we feel that we're stronger than men, and vice versa, and that's cool. That's cool. So my pledge is for harmony, not necessarily for equality, because in energy terms it's not possible. It's a work of art. So I was speaking about Isis. Isis, she's here, and I will ask Isis for an update for you and me, lunar ladies. And please upgrade our divine feminine template now, so that we may manifest our femininity to the fullest and to attract, to magnetize joyous life experiences in which we can fully manifest this beautiful feminine essence. And if you feel like it, then you can put your beautiful hands on your womb to confirm it. Yes, I take it. Isis. My native language is Isis, so yeah. English is not my native, but I hope you will understand it. I'm kidding. I know that my English is pretty good. Okay. What was the next one? It was self-limitation through fear. What could that be? It's actually very connected to inaction, to not taking action steps. But it could be also not recognizing some of your passions and abilities. And in this case, I recommend for those of you who resonate to work with somebody, maybe with a life mission coach, to help you figure out what your qualities are. And if people told you in your childhood that you're not good, or you're not this and that, or oh, you have a horrible voice, you can't be a musician, or oh, you can be this because our family is like this, and then through self-hypnosis you got convinced that you're just not good at certain things, and it might be not true. I mean, you might have many other qualities you are not yet aware of. And disconnected to the other thing, if you won't take action steps to finding out what that is, it might happen through like revelation at some point. You might be lucky, but why not maximize your chances? And if this doesn't apply to you, please excuse me, but I'm sure you know somebody, a friend, and you can pass forward this information. Okay. And one more thing I think I missed telling you is that yeah, for once, healing and removing obstacles is extremely important, but setting intentions is the same important. Say you're completely healed, but you don't have a vision of what God wants for you, either because you block that vision or you don't communicate with God that way. Find this out, right? And a very beautiful tool that I want to mention here is mantras and positive affirmations that are really used as a spiritual practice on a daily basis. They're extremely effective, but if you don't continue doing it, you might miss the manifestation of it. And for some, it could take even months. For me personally, it takes about 6 months, one mantra to fully manifest in my reality. And when I mean fully manifest, and I mean fully manifest, there's no mistake, no positive self-doubt like, oh, I think this mantra is manifesting. It kind of looks like it. No, it's extremely obvious that it worked. It's whoa, it changes everything. So highly recommend it. So removing fear, not enough. Removing fear plus setting a vision, keeping the vision alive is success. And I love the word success because at the basis of hating the world, the word success is actually also fear. Because with having success, you can use your success also for doing good things or doing bad things. And if you you have a pure intention, then you will use your success for pure things. So let's act together, sisters, in this. Whew. And now for this, I will ask the wonderful Twin Flame, Team Twin Flames, Saint Germain and Lady Portia, to be here with us. And I ask the Violet Flame to transmute our fears, our limiting beliefs as to what we're capable of as women, as human beings. Yes, and you may add to this wherever you feel that you have a limitation. Okay. Another one of my favorites, of course it's a joke, you can't actually love things that are limiting you, but once you take a look at them, at least you accept them. And then, as you all know, from acceptance, transformation starts. So, yeah, it's a big one, so I'm waiting. Using your past to what? To avoid the present. I'm sure we've all done this at some point. And it's not even criticism, it's unfortunately what some people call childhood trauma, trauma from past life, trauma of birth, the trauma of death, right? It's not something to laugh at all. But the point is to work on it and to take present as it is. While your present is troubled, of course, you may even prefer to be in the past. But it doesn't really work that way, right? Because we are souls incarnated, so we chose to be in this body. We chose the human experience. We chose to go out there, not just live in a fantasy world. And this is also applying very much to Cancer, the ability to visualize, to dream, to daydream, right? Which can be wonderful, but if your whole life becomes a daydream with nothing real, the point can be missed, the life mission can be missed, the human experience can be missed, and then why not just a spirit? Why a human? Okay. For this, I'm going to evoke a big team, and among others, the fairies are here already, and they're doing all kind of funny things with my camera. Hi, fairies. I'm very connected to fairy energy and to laughter, so I love fairies. Okay, guide me. They're holding my hand, so that's a very nice feeling. And I encourage you to work at all times with your spirit guides. If you don't know which are the the appropriate spirit guides for you, I'm happy to help you discover which they are, or I'm sure you will find somebody to help you with that, or You can even ask yourself, your higher self, and channel this message for yourself. So I ask the fairies to ground us. The fairies are experts in all matters of worldly life, right? The earth, trees, and everything. I love the earth, by the way, like the fairies do. I hope you do too. And I ask the fairies to ground our energy into the present, to feel our bodies, our beautiful woman bodies, to be proud of who we really are. And by the way, this is also a channeled message, but also my idea that I know that many women struggle with self-worth and self-esteem connected to body image issues, which is a very feminine topic, right? Very lunar topic. And I just want to tell you guys that I've recently discovered a very nice program for for women who are high on the susceptibility scale with food addictions and body image, and it works very well, and it's proven to be effective spiritually, emotionally, and scientifically also. So if some of you maybe struggle with this, just drop me a line and I can direct you. Whew. Yeah, so we covered food, body, what else in the human world? Well, of course, the love, right? And I ask Archangel Chamuel, the angels of romance, Ascended Master Lady Nada, please be here with us and help everybody on this meeting to find harmony in their intimate relationship or attract their soulmate or twin flame, whichever is best for each soul. And if you already met your twin flame soulmate, or if you're already with them, I ask the beautiful high beings to harmonize these unions and relationships and to send you countless blessings, and may the energy of the unconditional love between the two of you raise the frequency of the earth. It's beautiful, beautiful, and my intention for this coming new moon is that everybody who watches this, everybody that I know and I will know or I've known, find and be together in harmony with their twin flame or soulmate, whichever is better for each person. And yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, universe, for also for the blessings that I received myself in this domain. It's been a wonderful year for me. Yeah, so we tend to avoid the present sometimes because we don't have what we really want to have, and then we pretend that it's not like this and we hide somewhere in the past. And I really want to help you with this, and I ask all the high beings evoked today to help you personally with this, to remove the obstacles between you and your dreams. Please ask and you shall receive. Yeah. So it's been wonderful spending time with you so far, and there will be one more thing to be mentioned. Of course, there's much more to say about healing the cancer tendencies that are not so good for us. But I'm sure You have also other things to do, not just watch me 3 hours. So I'll try to be as direct as possible, okay? The next point is isolation and spending too much time at home, okay? This certainly does not apply to me, but there have been times when it did, right? And my life partner, he has Cancer North Node, so for him it's actually good to develop this tendency of preferring to spend time at home and be really like in his waters when he's at home, like, wow, I love this is the place to be, right? For me, I have the North Node in Aries, so very dynamic, entrepreneur type. I like to move from one place to another in terms of doing things, making things happen. But right now, we're not actually talking about these from a positive point of view, but it's more like the negative consequence of spending all your time at home in isolation, like completely alone, and you just don't feel like going out because maybe you're depressed, maybe you just want to play video games all day, although your eyes are already hurting. I don't know, I'm just giving examples, or just don't find the time to go out for a walk, or go and see a movie, or I don't know, go to a retreat, meet new people. I'm sure that not all of you will resonate with this one, but while I do the healing together with the guides, you might direct this healing towards someone that you know that will benefit from this. Good. So I asked the angels of light and everybody that's here already to blow into our chakras, life force, life enthusiasm, the strength to go on and not give up on our dreams. And the guidance on taking the right steps, on what to do and where to do it. And maybe during this time you're meant to spend some more time at home, and that's fine too. But should this hinder you from experiencing something important for your soul, then I ask our guides to remove this attachment, to isolate. So beautiful. And I'm talking to you. Yeah, beautiful. Should you find that you go far away from the desired moon archetype, know that there are tools that you can use, including wonderful books, wonderful healers, astrology, wonderful incense sticks, wonderful cats, and know that I perfectly understand your struggle or struggles, or that you might have experienced at some times, because I myself have experienced all of this. fully and completely throughout my twin flame journey. So Tanuka will understand. I know her very well, and we've talked a lot about this. And yeah, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just consider that if you think that you might have tried already everything, in fact, there's a lot more to discover about your self-worth, about your womanhood, about your divine mission, or rather said, as we speak about femininity, about your divine being as a woman. So let's be together in peace, love, harmony, and unity. And let's integrate into our feminine selves also the blessings of the masculine that encourage us to act the same way we encourage the masculine to being. I'm so happy to be here, and I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear from you. And until the next time, I wish you a delightful new moon, a delightful life, and a beautiful incarnation. Blessings to you.